Okay, guys, for the next slide นะคะ What make news นะคะ Okay, so uh, journalists are always interested in news, but as we will see, your own view of what news and there are many differ. You may be excited about the latest contract your business has won, but in reality, it may be of little interest to others beyond your immediate trade media. And even then, if space is tight, it may not be yours. Um, what's happened in your own business, but it's important to strive for these works undertaking media relation activities so you can be realistic in your expectation. However, this doesn't mean that what you have to say isn't worth saying. Just that you need to be aware looking for the story in whatever you present to the media. Take a look at the following definitions of what make news from a journalist perspective. First, proximity. Where something happens is of particular importance. National newspaper online our internet, Facebook, IG usually define location in small global terms. Um, about this, home news will precede overseas news unless something of international significance has happened. Really, the newspaper online, YouTube, TV station, however, and driven by the local agenda in their immediate area because this is what set them apart from their national counterparts and next immediacy. When something happens is of prime importance which knows a story may have happened only yesterday but may be classed as old news, but the 24-hour news channels that are reporting even as they unfold. A monthly publication will be more tolerant of older stories because its editorial deadlines are often 3 to 4 months in advance of the date it will go on sale. Change. What has happened or changed is the essence of our news story. Live or die by the strength of what this change is. For instance, a soft drink company may launch a new soda, but in what way is different from its competitors? The scale of this change will be a vital element in whether its introduction to the market is simply a trade story or deserving of a national newspaper online attention. News stories that run over a period of days or even weeks will always have some elements of change happening each day that keeps the story fresh. And next, prominence. Who is involved often explain the importance of the news if a boy is caught smoking cannabis. It may receive a cursory mention on the inside page of his local newspaper. The town's mayor doing the same thing would be unquestionably front page news with maybe a mention on the inside page of a national newspaper. The same go for celebrities and pop stars. Okay, next conflict human being at us with each other. Wars, agreements, rows, debates, disagree, fights, political fights always fill the newspaper because of the assume that everyone like to read about others in some sort of conflict. The BBC TV news reader became the subject of the news a few years ago when the BBC complained that there were not enough good news story being given at time. Why? There was quite a lot of support for his view. Nothing ultimately changed because bad news will always be more dramatic than good. Sex, any aspect of sex, uh, whether it is titillating, horrifying, informative, or just will attack substantial interest from readers or viewers. Next, suspense. Just as any self regarding TV show will end each episode with a cliffhanger plotline designed to ensure you tune in tomorrow to find out what happens. News story that cover events that have an element of suspense tap into our curiosity. Minor chapter underground following a blast. A child who fall down a well. Ponies that become stuck in quicksand. We want to know how things will turn out. And next, consumer issues. That's been a shift in general news reporting over the past 10 or 15 years toward customer based issue because editorial policy makers believe these are the types of story people are interested in. So, what happened to the common or garden sparrow to make its number fall so dramatical? Next, emotion. Hate, anger, love, guilty, loss, joy, hope, frustration, any extreme emotion make compelling news in respective of who is experiencing it. A crowd demonstrating against a new road development. The parents making appeal to find their lost child. Um, Close-up interviews to catch that moment of uh, um unrated emotion are more and more the norm in news reporting. Okay, sorry, student. Okay, next ค่ะ RTD uniqueness. This is about focusing on the thing that is out of the ordinary. The first, last, best, longest, shortest, fastest, um most beautiful, anything that is at the extreme or unusually will be a contender for the news page. The smallest mobile phone, the biggest hot air balloon, the fastest computer business can hit the news jackpot if they have a genius first to shout about. Um, it's easy to spot when there is not much genius news around because you will start to see weaker stories getting quite high profile treatment. Is known as the silly reason traditionally during the summer in somewhere. Okay, and next, shock horror. Um, the aim is to get an emotional reaction out of the reader or, or viewer, and so power them into buying the newspaper online or staying with the channel.